Good morning and welcome to another video. My name is Stacy and I just quit my job. Yep. I just put in my 2-week notice at work, and if you want a full video on all of the life updates, I will be posting that before this video. So if you haven't seen it, go back, watch it. Everything will be explained. And with that, we can go ahead and start this week in my life. But yeah, I just sent an email quitting my job, so feeling kind of anxious, but here we are. And now I can inform you guys that I have interviews all this week. Virtual interviews and possibly an in-person interview that has not been scheduled yet, which will mean I need to drive back up north, which is where I'm interviewing for jobs because we're moving back up north. Chaotic start to the video, but also if you haven't seen my weekend in my life I posted recently, Brandon's car went kaput, which is why it is like 7:41 and I'm just now waking up because Brandon's not going to work today, so we didn't get up as early. And also we laid in bed, and then I quit my job this morning because we finally figured out when we are giving our last day, which will be the 22nd, which is not this Friday, but the next Friday. So I have this week and the next week, and that's it. This week is stressful. Last week was stressful. I had 3 interviews, but one of them was more like a screening call last week that I've been doing on my lunch breaks. And this week I have 3 interviews and probably a 4th one getting scheduled. So gonna be stressful. Interviews really stress me out. Quitting my job really stresses me out. So I've been super stressed. And then Brandon's car randomly stopped working yesterday, or 2 days ago on Saturday. And yeah, it's basically just been a really stressful couple weeks. And it's gonna be a stressful more couple weeks, but I think quitting my job has definitely settled my nerves a little bit, because that's always the worst thing in the entire world. But I did it over email, which is easier, but now I have to go to work and face them. But it'll be fine. Anyways, I'm gonna eat breakfast now. Hey guys, I just got to work. My manager has not responded to my 2 weeks notice email yet, but yeah. So I'm super anxious to go inside. I just really hate disappointing people, and I've only been at this job for like 3 months, so I feel like I'm just a disappointment, and that sucks. But I just am trying to tell myself that any anxiety that I'm feeling is all in my head, because like physically I am fine. I will have a job. I don't actually have a job offer yet, but like I have a bunch of interviews and they've all gone really well so far. So I know I'm gonna have a job, and we already have a lease signed on a house. So like I know that all of my needs are going to be met, and there's no reason for me to be anxious right now, but I'm still really anxious. So I just basically have to make it through today. I really feel like crying right now, if I'm honest. I feel like no one talks about how hard it is to quit a job. Stressful and challenging, and I hate it. Change does not happen by staying in the same place. You gotta change to make change. We're making change, and the jobs that I am interviewing for are very exciting. I will let you guys in on kind of a little bit more detail of those things throughout the week here, but I'm gonna go into work now, so wish me luck. Okay, it is now Monday afternoon. I have quit my job and I feel good about it. I feel like it's always so much more anxiety-inducing before you like put in your notice, and then afterwards, like once you've had that conversation with your boss, it always just feels a lot better. So I'm good there. I still have to go tell the rest of my coworkers, but at least that part is done. And then I also was offered a job today. I do have some more interviews the rest of this week, so I've not accepted that position yet, but it's good to have kind of something settled. Those are those updates. Updates on Brandon's car. Basically something got disconnected in his engine in the cooling system, but it's going to be a much cheaper fix than what we thought it was going to be, so that is a positive. Then as far as packing updates go, Brandon got a lot done today because he wasn't able to go to work because he couldn't drive there. So the shelf is now sitting over here. There's me. And then we have all of the boxes packed up that we purchased. So basically all of this is stuff from the guest room and from our laundry room and our closet in here. We took all of our coats and stuff out of that. And then the shoes that we won't need here within the next 2 weeks. So a lot of progress has been made. We did run out of boxes, so we're gonna have to go to Lowe's sometime this week to get some more, but I did not get to work out this morning just with like quitting and Brandon being here and everything, so I'm gonna get a workout in right now. Also, I don't think I actually updated you guys on the fact that our apartment complex is remodeling their like clubhouse, which means that I don't have access to a gym for the next 2 weeks. I would get a gym membership, but like the closest gym is Planet Fitness, and there's like a $50 fee for signing up. Like it's only $10 a month, but it's $50 like up front, which I'm not interested in paying that for 2 weeks. So yeah, for now I'm just working out at home, which kind of sucks. But the exciting thing is once I move, I will be going back to my old gym, which means I will once again have access to like a squat bar and like actual bars and real weight machines, and I'm honestly super excited. Workout and got some editing done. I'm really glad that I worked out today, even though I didn't like really have a ton of time to work out, but I still got a 30-minute workout in and it felt good, even though I don't have any real places to work out. But for the next 2 weeks I will be doing at-home workouts, so if you guys are interested in me talking about what at-home workouts I'm doing, let me know. Brandon's making fun of me. Got some editing done and now Brandon and I are just gonna hang out. Brandon and I are just going to hang out until we fall asleep. So that's the wrap up for the day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday morning now. I am actually at work already and it is only 7:42, but I'm not going into the office yet. I'm actually going to go for a walk here before work. I normally go on my lunch break, but I've been doing interviews on my lunch break, so I haven't had a chance to go for a walk yet this week, and I really want to get one in. And I would have just worked out at home, but I had to take Brandon in to work this morning because his car is not fixed yet. We're going to pick it up this afternoon. But it just kind of threw off my whole routine, so I figured since my routine is all thrown off anyway, I might as well switch it up even more and just go for a walk outside, which is a big tip for you guys. If you have a, you know, stressful season of life, just make sure that you're supporting yourself by doing those things that make you feel good and less stressed. I just got home from work. Brandon is not home yet because he is having to work a little bit late tonight. Sorry, the lighting is all over the place right now. Interview. I had an interview today. My God, like 4th or 5th interview in the past like week. And I have to say, I think that I am becoming an interview expert. It went really well. This is a part-time position that I interviewed for today, so I am not really sure kind of what that's gonna look like or if I'm really interested in that, which they said the only reason that they would not want to hire me is because they're scared that I would jump ship, but because I would, you know, want a full-time position instead of a part-time one, because I don't exactly want a part-time position because honestly we need full-time income. But anyways, it went super well. I thought I would give you guys just a couple quick tips for the things that I've learned thus far with all of my interviews that I've had to do. I will probably make like a full video on that, but just a couple things. Always make sure that you look at the job description beforehand and just make sure that you have concrete examples of times that you have done that item, or reasons that you could possibly do that item. If you don't have that experience, that's fine. Just make sure that you're like, well, I'm a fast learner, so I could easily pick that up, and here's an example of a time that I learned something really quickly, and just kind of have those things almost memorized. That way you don't like panic and forget them, and even like write them down and just have them next to you. And then also just realize that you're going to be nervous and just kind of accept that, and just realize, you know, 5 minutes in, I'm probably not going to be too nervous. So just embrace it and don't freak out because you're nervous, and even just mention, hey, like I'm nervous. And I feel like usually if you mention to the people that are interviewing you that you're a little bit nervous, they kind of like, you know, laugh and are like, oh yeah, like that's just how interviews are. So it's okay to be nervous, but just come as prepared as you can and you'll probably do good. So if you're interviewing, good luck. I hate interviewing, but I'm getting a hell of a lot better at it. I feel like every year or so I just need to go and apply for a bunch of jobs and waste everyone's time and interview even if I don't want them. Not that I'm gonna do that, but it really sharpens your skills. Okay, Brandon is not home yet and he normally makes dinner, so I'm gonna go ahead and start dinner right now. Oh no, my batter is about to die. Let me batter fry you guys. That was not English. Oh, do you guys wanna see our guest bedroom? It's like empty. We have our beds over here, which I'm not 100% sure why Brandon put those up already, but we're getting packed. Okay, gotta change the battery. I just finished a workout. I was super sweaty a second ago, but I just washed my face off because it was literally so sweaty. But yeah, I just did a Mad Fit workout. I've been doing those all this week. I'll try to link the ones that I have done. They're really good workouts. I mean, like, no, I don't think that I'm gonna get insanely strong from them because like it's just body weight and like it's hard to do progressive overload like that, but for the next 2 weeks without me having a gym, it's definitely a good alternative. And they are like apartment friendly. There's no jumping or anything, so that's super great. Definitely a lot of core stuff, which is cool because I haven't been working on my core a whole lot. So yeah, it is now 7:30. My workouts are not quite as long since I am doing them at home. I have to say I'm super excited because our new house has a window in the kitchen. I don't think it gets a bunch of light because there is a tree outside of it, but I'm super excited for there to be a window in pretty much every room. Yeah, I actually think there's a window in every single room. Our laundry room has a window, our bathroom has a window. We do have a second, like half bath that I don't think has a window, but everything else has a window. I will be giving you guys hopefully a unfurnished apartment, well, house tour. When we move, I will go ahead and take that for you guys. So look forward to it. And then obviously I will take you guys along on the decorating journey and all of that. So get excited for all of that content. I'm super excited for that content. Also, I know my content has been kind of boring recently. Things are kind of hectic, so that's my excuse. So I think while I eat this, I'm gonna go ahead and just sit down really quick and continue reading my book. I am reading Educated. It's basically a memoir about a girl that had, I think, like a schizophrenic father who essentially started believing that going to school and going and getting medical care and basically associating with anyone who was not, honestly, anyone related to the government or healthcare or school systems or anything was sinful and evil, and he believed in the Illuminati, and essentially she wasn't allowed to go to school, or any of her family was not allowed to get like real healthcare, and they worked in like a junkyard, which basically resulted in a lot of injuries, and there were 2 car accidents that happened in her childhood, and no one got medical attention for like any of those things. So yeah, it's basically the story of her like growing up and then going off to college and all of the woes that come with that. So I have been loving this book so much. If you need an interesting read, read Educated. I'm not done with it yet, but I will let you guys know how I like it when I'm done with it. Also, Brandon's calling me. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I am all ready for work. Gotta leave in just a little bit, but I did just want to quickly, while I'm getting around here this morning, just talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind. And basically that is that this has been kind of a very expensive period of time for Brandon and I. We signed a lease on a house, and that lease is starting in mid-July. So basically our lease here ends in September, which means we are paying rent for 2 different places for an entire month and a half. And we also just had Brandon's car, which ended up being about a $500 expense. And we're paying for, you know, moving boxes, and we're gonna have to get a U-Haul and gas going back and forth. Basically, there's a lot of expenses going on in our lives right now. And I've just been thinking about how incredibly thankful I am that Brandon and I took the steps to be able to have money for circumstances like this, when there is a lot of money coming out of our account. When we don't have those times of life, when we are able to save, we do it because we live below our means. And I know that we are incredibly blessed to be able to do that. I'm so thankful that both of us are working full time and we make decent money. Not incredible, but decent money. But because we take the steps to not spend all of that money when we get it, we're able to go through these times of life when those random expenses come up, or when you find a house you really want but your lease doesn't end for another month and a half. We're able to spend that money when we need to or when we want to, because we live below our means the rest of the year. So this is just a little PSA that if you have the means to be able to save a little bit, even if it is just a little bit, it will make your life so much less stressful when you do have expenses come up. And believe me, we do things to cut corners. We do things that make us save money. For example, we have a blanket stuffed underneath our bedroom door because we do our absolute best to not run the air conditioning whenever possible. It is currently 75 degrees in our apartment because we do not have the AC on right now. And the only time we've been turning the AC on is about maybe an hour before we go to bed, just to cool down our bedroom. We have all of the vents in our apartment closed except for the one to the bedroom. In doing that, we've been able to reduce our energy bill by like $200 a month. So that is $200 that we get to keep, that we get to save for moving expenses, for random car breakdowns and stuff like that. You know, we also don't go out to eat a whole lot. We do have a pretty small eating out budget. We don't buy clothes very frequently. We live below our means. And that just allows us to have that peace of mind and that comfort and not have to absolutely panic. Even if Brandon's car had cost $2,000 to fix, we had that money and we were capable of paying that. And also, right now we are not paying on my loans this month because they are in deferment, but if we had not paid off Brandon's car, we would have a car expense right now and we wouldn't have been able to move money around as easily. So it's another really good reason to get out of debt and not have those payments, is that you have the flexibility to be able to move money around when you need to. So that's just a little PSA. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. I'm gonna pack my lunch and get ready for work now. But having kind of a fun morning. There's actually a leak in our ceiling. I can't really see the leak, but you can probably see right along there, there's some warping of the paint. Oh, look, you just saw a drop. So yeah, I just have this down, but I came in here to make my yogurt bowl this morning and yeah, there was just water all over the floor here. So that's very exciting. I put in a maintenance request and hopefully they will come sometime today and be able to like fix it today. Yeah, there's just like dripping happening. So that's super exciting. And then I do have to go into work a little bit early today because I have to leave a little bit early because I have a phone call scheduled at 4:30 this afternoon with one of the places that I'm interviewing at. They actually have offered me the job and I don't really know what this phone call is gonna be because I can't really accept the position today because I still have some more interviews that I'm like super excited about. So hopefully I can like be like, can I think about it? I feel like that's like a really hard part about juggling multiple places you're interviewing for, is they all want to offer you the job at different times and like you can only hold off some places for so long. I don't really know what that's gonna look like, but I think it's pretty standard to be like, hey, can I think about it? So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, we got a bunch of packing done last night. I filmed it for a separate video, so if you are interested in all the packing content, be sure to be on the lookout for that video. It'll probably be up in a little while because I have a lot more packing I need to do, but this is the state of our apartment right now. Lots of boxes. We still have a few more boxes to pack up over there, but it is looking pretty packed.